All right, so we're looking at equating coefficients, all right, the alternative to dividing polynomials. So we have x cubed minus x squared minus 11x minus 6, right? So we're going to be dividing it by x minus 1. So we're going to use equating coefficients, right? So first thing we're going to do is, okay, we can see that the highest power, all right, the highest index we have here is x to the power 3, all right? So we're going to ask ourselves, what power of x do we need to multiply with x to the power 1, all right, which is our variable in the divisor, to get x to the power 3, okay? We need to multiply this x to the power 1 to another x, okay? But we need to know what power that other x is going to be so that we get x to the power 3, all right? So we know it's going to be x to the power 2. So we put here x to the power 2, right? Then the power of x starts decreasing. Next we have x to the power 1, all right? Then we have our constant, all right? So we're going to say, ax squared, right, plus b, right, plus c, right, plus our remainder. Right? Remember, the remainder, right, is going to be a degree less than the x variable in the divisor, okay? The remainder is always going to be a degree less than the x variable in the divisor, all right? And our divisor is x minus 1. So our remainder is like saying rx to the power 0, all right? And x to the power 0 is 1, so we can just write our remainder as r. All right? So now we're going to expand our expression, all right? So we'll say ax times ax squared, we're going to get ax cubed okay, and then we're going to say x times bx, we're going to get bx squared, and next we're going to say x times c, we're going to get plus cx. All right, then we're going to say -1 times ax squared, we're going to get negative ax squared, right? -1 times bx, we get negative bx, and then we're going to get -1 times c, we get negative c, all right? And then we say plus r. All right, so now after we've done this, we're going to start equating the coefficients, all right? So we're going to look at the coefficients of x to the power 3, all right? We have the coefficients are 1, a and 1. Thus, a equals 1. Right? Now we're going to go to the coefficients of x squared. Right? We have b here. Right? We've got negative a here. Right? And we have 6. Negative 6 here. So we're going to say negative a plus b equals negative 6. Right? So our a is 1, so we're going to say negative 1 plus b equals negative 6. Right? Therefore, b equals negative 6 plus 1. And thus b equals negative 5. Alright. Next, we are going to look for the coefficients of x. Alright, x to the power 1. Alright, so those coefficients are, we have c here, we have negative b here, and we have negative 11. Okay, so we're going to say negative b plus c equals 11 equals negative 11. Right, so b is negative 5, so we're going to say negative 5 plus c. Oh, you said negative b, right? So it's going to be negative 5. Sorry about that. Okay, it's negative 5, all right? So this gives us positive 5. So it's 5 plus c equals negative 11. All right, so we're going to have c. So we're going to have negative 11 minus 5. All right, so it's going to go to negative 11 minus 5. That will give us negative 16. Negative 16. All right. And then now we're going to go to our constants. All right. Negative 6.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
On the equation, is it not supposed to be positive 11x, not negative 11x?
Yeah, right. Supposed to be that. So I'll just continue with minus 11x. All right. Let me continue with minus 11x. Then we'll do the one with plus 11x.
Okay, but they say the answer is different. As we found is 6, you have found negative 16.
Yes.
Because of the sign.
Yes, because of the sign. Yes. Yes, I was about to say that after recording the video, but thanks for bringing that out. Yes. So if it was plus 11 here, you would have got a 6 here, right? But in this case, it's minus 11. So it was my error. I should have put a plus here, but I left it as minus. Okay, but let's see what with minus we're going to, if we'll have a remainder or not. Right, so that we see what happens when you have a remainder. Right, so c equals negative 16. Right, then we're going to say now, going to our constants, we're going to have negative c, okay, negative c plus r equals negative 6. Okay, equals negative 6. Right, so c is negative 16, so we're going to say negative 16 plus r equals 6. Right, therefore r is this negative 16 becomes positive. Right, it becomes positive because negative and negative, that's positive, so it becomes positive here. Right, then r, so in this case we have a remainder. Right, we have a remainder, we're going to say it's going to be 6. 6 minus 16, that gives us negative 10. So our remainder is negative 10. Right, so now we're going to replace all of these values in our expression ax squared plus bx plus c plus r. Okay, so our a is 1, so we're going to say, let me just make space here. Okay, so we're going to replace it. We're going to have 1x squared, 1x squared plus b is negative 5, so negative 5bx, so put minus 5x, right? Because b is negative 5, so say minus 5x, right? Plus c, all right? Remember c is negative, so c will be minus 16, right? Then our remainder is also negative, so this positive sign goes, so we'll say minus 10 over x minus 3. X minus 1, I mean, over x minus 1. That would be our answer. Just erase this part here so that we can clearly see it. So it would be x squared minus 5x minus 16 minus 10 over x minus 1.